They're honest live stream reporting. So what we're finding is you're known as Sly News at the moment because you don't actually report the truth. It'd be lovely if you could actually sit down. What we're finding is nobody is reporting the truth in mainstream media, and the mainstream legacy is dying, as you well know. You're dying. Yeah, our local papers get 9,000 papers sold a day. We're getting 100, 200,000 views in an hour. So your legacy media is dying. You need to start reporting the truth. I know you need to maintain neutrality, and it's like both sides of the story. You can't waver one way or the other, but what's been happening is you are wavering one way or the other at the moment. You're displaying government narrative.
Breaking right now. The hard left are responsible for violence up and down the country this bank holiday weekend, but of course, the mainstream media completely ignore it. As Tommy Robinson posted on X, as always, masked up far-left agitators attack patriots and police, this time in Bristol, yet the legacy media will say the imaginary far-right are the problem. And it was very, very clear that it was the police being charged by Antifa during these scenes in Bristol. Watch. As Stephen Barrett posted, the far left are a threat to our brave officers and to us, and their violence was very, very clear. And look at this. Constantly trying to cover their faces with umbrellas or masks, but we, in some cases, were able to see them. Contrast that with the patriotic scenes led by UKIP leader Nick Coney in Liverpool.
Left-wing scum! Off our streets! Left-wing scum! Off our streets! Left-wing scum! Off our streets!
And you saw the left, they were agitating again, and soon enough, they got their water bottles out.
Oh, wow, wow. Whoa, wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. This one. She did it first. Whoa! This one as well. She started it. Yeah! And this one. Yeah! Yeah, she as well. She threw it first. Here we go. Let's get these ladies getting arrested. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Whoa, yeah. She's going to get what she deserves now. Wow, wow. Careful with the wire, guys. Yeah, she's in handcuffs now. See your kids. Why are you not seeing kids, Charlie? Charlie, why are you not seeing kids?
And then what about ground zero of this movement, the Bell Hotel in Epping, Essex? Well, police have told the local media that it received reports of items being thrown towards the Bell Hotel. However, an apple was then thrown back, hitting a 5-year-old girl. As Adam Brooks said, not a good look for the migrants at all. That little girl could have been hurt, and those allegedly throwing things at the hotel should also be ashamed of themselves. Epping is at boiling point. This hotel needs to close immediately. The community needs safety for its women and girls. But police last night in Epping, yet again, I believe decided to target the wrong individuals. Watch.
Why? What's he done?
Boy, it's coming arrested about 10-year-old.
Well, has he been nicked for?
What have you been nicked for?
What's he done?
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!
There's another one. There's another one.
Arrested a young man. Why are you bagging him, bro? Hey, yo, he ain't done nothing wrong.
What are they trying to get him for?
Criminal damage. He ain't done fuck all. We'll be healing this. Hey, fuck, I've got you, bro. I've got you, bro. Hey, fuck these man, innit? These man are a bunch of pigs, Hey.
Now, why on earth was he targeted? Then we come to Raise the Colours, Operation Raise the Colours, this incredible patriotic movement happening up and down the country. But as Tommy Robinson pointed out, absolute state of this clown going around with ladders taking down England flags, says putting up the St. George's Cross in England is fascism. Watch this. Big news, Outspoken is now available as a podcast too. So please do subscribe wherever you get yours, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and make sure you rate and review. I'll take 5 stars, if you may.
We all understand. I understand what you've done, all right?
Yeah.
So the police understand what you've done.
Give a shit.
They literally know it's a far right movement. That's the whole
we ain't
thing.
A far right movement.
It's fascism.
We ain't a far right movement. What are you doing, bruv? Leave the ladders.
Step away.
Leave the ladders.
Step away.
Leave the ladders and jog on.
Step away.
Leave the ladders alone.
Mate, I'm not being funny. They're my ladders.
I don't give a shit.
They're my ladders.
Yeah, and you're using them to taking down our flags.
It's in public space.
I don't care.
It's in public space.
Don't care.
They're on the floor by the things, mate. You know what?
You're sick, mate. You've got a mental illness. You need to go home. You've got a mental illness. You're sick.
It's the right thing to do.
It's a sickness,
You
yeah?
want your country. You want your country to dilute. Where is your care? Exactly that.
Exactly that.
Tablets today, mate, yeah?
Take the ladders, boys.
And of course, the left turned it incredibly violent, but the MSM ignore it. A man was actually struck by a firebomb as he put up St. George's flag in his hometown. Watch.
Just walking, finishing all the flags up. It was a wicked night. About to get to the front, to the car door, put my hand on the handle. As soon as I put my hand on the handle to open it, it just exploded. And then as soon as that exploded in my face, another one hit my head, and that just exploded. I thought it was acid. It was like a burning sensation down my face. It was just like blood. Oh, it made me feel so awful. I thought they was going to chase me with machetes and all that sort of stuff as soon as they threw the petrol bomb in my face. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to get in my car and drive off straight away, but I had blood running in my eyes. No, I won't be stopping it because the council have given us permission. The police said we could do it, and they was really happy with us doing it, praising us, and it's made us feel 100% confident putting them up again in the future.
Your car. Fucking petrol bomb. Move the car, bro. Putting flags up, got petrol bomb.
Let's go.
Utterly terrifying. And I just want you to imagine for one moment that it were a left-wing protest that was firebombed. We just know that the reaction would be very, very different. Who was responsible for that firebombing? Meanwhile, the so-called far right are actually out in force doing things the way that they should. Because, of course, they're not far right. They're ordinary patriots like the pink ladies in Newcastle, advocating for the safety of women and girls in the most beautiful manner. Watch. But what we see up and down the country is two-tier policing. Look at this from David Atherton, heavy-handed two-tier policing at what I believe is Euston Station. He said to the women who were carrying a Stop the Far Right banner, put it down and F off. Look at how the police officer in this case responded.
Put it down.
No, I didn't swear. No, I didn't. I said, yeah.
And then we get to Norwich, where the patriots outside the Brook Hotel turned up in quite large numbers. As Queen Natalie said, what a beautiful sight. Great turnout and all their flags. Watch.
Many, many more! Many, many more!
And I think my favourite scenes of the weekend was when the Sly News reporter, Ashna Haragnan, showed up to the Brook Hotel and was owned very respectfully by the patriots, who made it quite clear that they no longer trust the mainstream media. Watch this. But first, the number one worst fruit for your waistline. Look, are you turning healthy fruits into highly unhealthy fruits without even realizing it? Fruit can be one of the healthiest things you can put into your body. But the majority of Americans are guilty of making this single mistake that can counteract all of the health benefits of fruit. Some fruits can help with occasional constipation, reduce bloating, and even help burn calories. Others can wreak havoc on your digestive system and energy levels. Now, I came across this viral presentation from world-renowned heart surgeon Dr. Stephen Gundry that showcases the 3 fruits to stop eating today. It was shocking. I had no idea. And after finding it out, I've stopped eating these 2. I'm going to put a link for you all to watch it because I want you all to gain this information. I think it's truly important, actually. You can go watch it right now at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. That's thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. I've also linked it in the description box below this video too, or if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, you can just click on the QR code on screen or hold up your phone, to the QR code. You know how it works. Oh, and by the way, eliminating these fruits could forever change the way we help increase energy levels, decrease brain fog, support digestion, and even lose weight. So make sure to click on the link below or go to thehealthyfat.com/outspoken to find out now. Dr. Gundry has lost 70 pounds himself using his research and has kept the weight off for over 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone. His health is fantastic. He feels younger today than he did in his 40s. His video has been watched by over 20 million people to date. You can watch and learn more about it at thehealthyfat.com/outspoken. Just click on the link in the description box below this video. But now, back to the show.
They're honest live stream reporting, so what we're finding is you're known as Sly News at the moment because you don't actually report. It would be lovely if you could actually. Do you know what I mean?
They're not ever violent. No
what we're
way.
finding is nobody is reporting the truth in mainstream media, and the mainstream legacy is dying, as you well know. You're dying. Yeah, our local papers get 9,000 papers sold a day. We're getting 100, 200,000 views in an hour. So your legacy media is dying. You need to start reporting the truth. So if we can sit down with you with a handful of people,
So you're not government
and
run.
you can honestly report.
So you're not government run.
Ofcom.
In fact,
Ofcom.
Ofcom kind of look at our broadcasting.
You've done she's done a great thing today.
Yes.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. Because I know some of my colleagues have done like Altrincham. We basically sat down with local
That's
people.
my friends.
Yeah,
That's Kaz and them lot.
Altrincham, and we've done kind of considered like proper pieces because that's the way to get your voice.
I know you need to maintain neutrality, and it's like both sides of the story. You can't waver one way or the other. But what's been happening is you are wavering one way or the other at the moment. You're
been seen that
displaying government narrative is what's.
No. It's not seen as that way. It is that way. Of course you are perpetuating the government narrative on a daily basis. Then there was this hilarious moment when Sydney Jones, the independent journalist, refused to speak to Sly News. Watch.
Our exit regulations are, which I've called them out.
Sydney don't want to speak to you because you've lied before, so she's going to say on the Dan Wootton show tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you.
That's right.
No, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So.
Are you still happy, Robert?
Yeah.
She's happy, but she don't want to speak to you because you've lied on the piece that she did before. So.
I was about her better survivor. So it's light. So if you want to take pictures of everyone, if anyone feels like they want to talk about this.
And Sydney Jones is here to speak the truth on the Superstar panel alongside Jess Gill and Morgan WSI today. So this was a fascinating exchange, Sydney, because that Sky News reporter, I mean, nothing against her personally. I don't know if her own work has been bad in the past or not. But there is a complete lack of trust by those patriots outside the hotel who make the absolutely correct point that even if you go and report accurately, your bosses at Sly News only want to present one side of the picture. So what is the point?
Yeah, definitely. The EDP, the Eastern Daily Press, our local newspaper, also turned up. Eventually got chased out, which I want to declare I don't agree with that. I had a really good conversation with him. He was basically asking, will anyone be able to talk to me and give me like a quote or a statement? And I was essentially saying, no, absolutely not. The EDP have made 2-3 hit pieces on us, saying how, because we do protests at night. One of these protests, by the way, we saw a security guard for the hotel watching beheading videos on his phone. And
yes, and this happened on Friday night, didn't it?
Yeah. He's been bailed, by the way. But there's about 40 people who turn up every night to protest. And the EDP went round all of the locals in the area, the neighbours of the hotel, which, by the way, the neighbours are an industrial estate. There's no houses in the immediate area. And they were complaining about noise, people weeing in the hedge, which, by the way, the clock tower, which is right opposite, has been forced to close, and we are in the process of trying to get Portaloos. So we're trying to stop it. We've had people complaining of litter. Well, that's weird because every time we go back with 8 bags of litter in a car and bin it like we dispose of it properly. None of us trust the mainstream because they have proven time and time again that they aren't trustworthy. They will lie. They're just going to purport a half truth. The EDP, this most of it is from the EDP. The Sky News has actually treated us quite nice, but it's in the past as well. The EDP also took photos of the left-wing counter demonstration that we had on the 26th and made out that it was our protest. Bear in mind, our numbers were about 1,200 and the counter protest was about 250, if that, at push. So yeah, none of us want to directly speak to any mainstream. Like the person who's actually speaking to her was my dad. And like he said, I put out the full videos, the full interviews that people choose to give me. And there, they can get hundreds of thousands of views, they can get millions of views, whereas mainstream, they'll just quote you. They'll just
100%
dig out a little bit of quote.
Because the point your dad was making to the Sly News reporter was, we don't need to do this anymore, given these streams are being watched by tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people. And I think, Jess Gill, there has been a massive wake-up call to the mainstream media this summer because they've realised that they are losing the narrative. They tried for a very long time, Jess, to just ignore this story, to pretend it didn't exist, to keep talking about Gaza, to keep talking about Epstein, but let's just ignore the hotel uprising. But they can't ignore it anymore.
Absolutely. I think the independent media has become so powerful, especially since Elon Musk has made Twitter, or X for the most part, a free speech platform. And you can see this with Sydney's reporting, with Jack Hadfield's reporting. He's excellent. It's really nice to see. You can actually just see normal people talk about why they're here, not mischaracterized by the media, and see that they are just normal, concerned citizens who are concerned about the safety of women and girls. Because there is this agenda pushed by the media. I mean, with the Women's Safety Initiative, what me and Morgan are a part of, we were recently reported by The Observer, who tried to say that experts said that we were pushing back women's safety. We were pushing back the conversation for women's safety. And in terms of who they asked, it was some random niche academic, when in reality, the majority of people agree with what we're saying. We recently did a poll. We commissioned a poll by Find Out Now, which said that 9 out of 10 people believe that sex offenders should be deported, and almost half of women in this country believe that mass immigration has impacted their safety in their area. We're not this fringe minority. We speak for the majority of people, as do the Pink Ladies, as do the majority of the protesters. in who are protesting outside of hotels. And the extreme ones, the extremists, the bigots, the ones who hate women, are the ones on the left, the ones who are counter-protesting.
Absolutely. And Morgan, I just actually wanted to read you a shocking column from The Guardian over the weekend by Zoe Williams. Peter Lloyd summed it up this way. This is unreal. The Guardian Zoe Williams blaming racism for migrants sexually assaulting kids in Epping. The headline of the column in The Guardian was far-right anger over asylum hotels is destroying the very idea of refuge, and that's probably the goal. And she wrote, the hotel has been at the centre of controversy since an asylum seeker was accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl, and concerns were raised about potential future threats. But the concerns can be self-fulfilling. If your accommodation is regularly surrounded by a small hostile mob that sometimes wants to set fire to it, it's probably quite difficult to slot into a normal law-abiding life or even know what a law-abiding life looks like in this country you escaped to, having heard it was civilized. And as Stephen Edgington put it, blaming native British people for the crimes of illegal migrants is beyond disgusting, akin to claiming the backlash against terrorist attacks or rape gangs is the real cause of those atrocities. Morgan, can you believe that she tried to blame the protests and almost excuse the sexual assaults that are being conducted by these illegals on a regular basis?
I think this is an absolutely outrageous statement. I think the self-fulfilling prophecy excuse is weak, and I think it's their last go-to attempt at trying to allow these individuals into this country and commit these crimes and excuse their behaviour because they don't want to come across as far right or racist. They're just virtue signalling at this point, and I think that is absolutely outrageous.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go wherever you are.